In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can add user login and registration to your WordPress website. So anytime you are using a plugin like WooCommerce or any social plugin or any plugin that allows user registration, you are always using the default user registration mechanism of WordPress. And that's good because these plugins are not using their own ways of registering users and taking care of users. All of them are using a built-in functionality by WordPress. But in this tutorial, we are going to look at that without any additional plugin. We will use plugins because they can help us along the way, but the core feature is built into WordPress. So what you want to do is to just bring your admin panel and setting and general. And as you can see, you have a membership option here, and you have to just check this checkbox. Even if you are using additional plugins, you have to always check it so that they can register users. And then you have this option, new user default role. Almost always we are going to use subscriber because it's going to give them the least amount of power. You can choose other ones, but really contributors, authors, or editors are just for people who want to change something on your website for everyone, and you really do not want to try them out unless you are having offers on your website or something like this. And of course, administrator gives all of the power. We never are going to use something like this, of course. And so you can just leave it to subscriber and then just click on save changes. So now we have this checkbox, and now we have the functionality, but of course there is no link or no way of users registering or logging in. And to see that it's really working, I have to just log out because I'm already logged in. And now you can see that we have a new button here, new link here, register. So it's going to let users just pick a username and an email, and they can just register. So it's using the default features. Of course, for example, user cannot specify their password here, but we have the functionality. We have a login and register, and also last password. All of them are just working out of the box. So there is nothing to modify for this to work. It's already working, but of course, as you can see, we have very limited functionalities because it's using the default look of WordPress, and we do not have the things that we want. So what we are going to do here is first create some links. So if you want to use the default functionalities, you of course have to specify some links so that users can use this functionality. So if I just bring my admin panel, and if I just bring appearance and widgets, one quick way is to just use the meta widget, which is offered by WordPress. So I can just, for example, use it in this main sidebar here, and now I can just use the default meta widget, which is offered by WordPress. So if I just put it here and update it, and let's just call it login / registration. And create it. So if I now bring my website, you can see that we have this logout. And if I just log out, I can log back in. And if I'm just logged out and on my front end or any web page that is using this sidebar, you can see that we have registered and logged in. But again, it has its own problems. First, we are using the default fields of WordPress, so people cannot set their password when they are registering, which is not probably what you want. And also, we have other links here that really cannot edit, and when people register, then they are usually guided to the back end of your website. Of course, they have very limited options there, but it's really confusing. And for these purposes, most of the time want to use a plugin, and I'm just going to quickly show you how you can use one. So if I just log back into my admin panel, and plugins and add new. And if I just search for the user profiles, you can see that there are many good plugins that are giving you things that you want. These two first plugins are really famous, and you can just pick which one you want. Both of them are really good. So in this case, I'm just going to use the first one, which is slightly more popular. So I can just install it and activate it. And now we have a new section, Ultimate Member. And as you can see, you have an overview of your users. Of course, we have only one user, and it has many more features. So you can have user approval or inactive user or lots of things, lots of options, which is really cool. But this plugin needs to create some pages and put shortcodes in them to function. So I can just click on create pages. And now it's asking the name. So the user page would be called user, the login page would be called login, and so on. So I can just save changes. And now if I bring my pages, you can see that we have new set of pages, and any one of them is holding a shortcode. Okay, the logout is not, I think, holding any shortcode, but let's just see register. Okay, the register is holding a shortcode, so the logout, I think, is not holding one. And if I just use these pages anywhere that I want, I can just have the functionality that this plugin is offering. So for example, let's just bring appearance and menus, and quickly, okay, create a primary menu and call it menu, and create it, and let's just add all of these pages. Of course, you don't want to add all of them to your menu, but this is only an example. And I think now it should be, okay, I think we have to assign the menu. So save menu, and okay, now we have all of these links. And now if I just click on log out, of course it's going to log me out as it's working. So it's not actually an actual page, but it's only logging me out. And now I have the option to register, and as you can see, it's much better. People can set username, first name, last name, password, and so they have to confirm their password. Super cool. They can log in, and also giving them a profile page, which is really awesome. So you most of the time want to use such plugins to make your life much easier than using this meta or using custom links or anything like this. And we also have another tutorial that we will be modifying some of the settings for this plugin and also customizing everything. So we will be using our favorite plugins like Elementor or our CSS designer to just modify the look and feel of our login and registration page, so we can have pretty much customized login and registration page that matches your brand, and you can just check that video out. And that's it, everyone. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe to our channel for more WordPress content. And like always, you can reach our team from the link in the caption.